her 9th birthday, Rachel Beckwith asked for no presents. Instead, a gift of charity.
All she wanted to do was raise $300 to help bring clean drinking water to an African village.
And she was, I think, about $50 short.
5 weeks after her birthday, Rachel Beckwith was in a multi-car pileup on a highway east of Seattle.
She was in my daughter's Sunday school class.
And since her own life was tragically cut short less than 2 weeks ago, thousands of people have pitched in to support her most important project.
Her heart was bigger than this room, and she always gave whatever she had and then would continue to give more.
People started donating and donating and donating until those donations got up to $1 million.
Just this one little 8-girl, what the ripple effect of her life became. I just think of it as that picture, that visual of a pebble being thrown into a river. I saw him at freshman orientation and something, and I grabbed the girl next to me and go, oh, who is that? We just kind of hit it off right away. And he says he copied all my class schedules. I don't remember that, but he was in all my classes and he talks a lot and he got me in a lot of trouble. I was so focused on being the best field hockey goalie I could ever be. I was a starter, I was playing, I was a captain, I was making camps and US tryouts. It was going just how I wanted it to go. And so I was so focused on that. And his football situation at BC wasn't going that way.
Even in college, I remember being the backup to the backup. Like it was not a smooth road at all. I remember the failures. I remember the lows. I remember the dark places. Like there's a reason that, to this day, Tom Brady, like he hears the number 199. He knows what that means. He was the 199th draft pick. Like he was the guy that was passed over. I was 187, like I get it.
And here's Brett scrambling away to the left.
And I went to the Green Bay Packers team, backing up Brett Favre for 3 years.
Let's have a little fun today.
Got traded to the Seattle Seahawks.
Matt, Hasselbeck.
He had a great run there.
Matthew all day, now he's going to throw to the corner of the end zone. He's got Jeremy Stevens down there, what a catch! Touchdown Seahawks!
And I became a father the same year I became a starting quarterback. I took the team to the Super Bowl, went to multiple Pro Bowls.
Welcome to Aloha Stadium.
Was inducted into their Ring of Honor recently.
Tonight, we celebrate Matt Hasselbeck.
Then finished out my career with the Tennessee Titans, and then ended my career with 3 years with the Indianapolis Colts, doing a similar thing, mentoring as a backup to Andrew Luck. So that was an 18-year NFL career for someone who really wasn't expected to have an NFL career. So much of what we do as NFL players is we get trained. Like you walk into a weight room, there's a workout on the board that 5 coaches stayed up all night thinking about, okay, how are we gonna train this guy to be his best? There's really nothing for like your soul.
And a great athlete today will have several coaches as part of like a whole team of coaches that they need for different areas of their life. And that's the same thing is needed in our spiritual journeys. And at PAO, we want to do that. Mission statement says that we exist to unite a community of pros and couples to do 2 things: grow as disciples of Jesus and make a positive kingdom impact on our potential spheres of influence.
People are coming to a table together to solve some of the world's great problems. But I think today we are seeing a resurgence of builders and investors and givers and entrepreneurs and pastors and also athletes saying, how do I find the authentic thing? And that I want to be about solving together with others. What more could we do together than we might otherwise do apart?
I think that athletes for a long time struggled getting involved. I do think that one of the great things that PAO has done and the Increased Conference has done is it's really unselfishly opened players' eyes to the world around us. Issues or organizations or charities that are solving problems that break God's heart. And they're doing it through a biblical perspective.
As our men and women are formed and shaped in the image of God and he begins to deploy his people out, well, that's going to require lots of opportunities all over the place and lots of others who share those same passions and have unique giftings. And so we need to find collaborative environments where that makes sense and come around a table together and say, okay, let's just consider what God might be doing by bringing us together here to accomplish something much bigger than either one of us could.
Seeds were probably watered in terms of financial giving when we got to Seattle. First of all, I had way more money than I had ever had. And so I was very, very good at tithing when, a percentage of not a big number was like, sure, whatever. But that percentage of a way bigger number, ironically, was a test in okay, how faithful are you gonna be in this area of your life? And I just sort of remember many really godly people speaking into my life. Are you willing to see it as his, not yours? Are you gonna hold on to it like this, or are you gonna be like, God, your will be done? So doing missions trips was pretty normal for me. It started in college. Even for my wife, the same thing. But we never really took our kids with us. That is not something that we felt safe to do. And I think in a similar way, early on that we held tight to our finances, I think there was a part where we held really tight to our kids. We were so protective of our kids. Nothing bad can happen to our kids. We're gonna wrap them in bubble wrap kind of vibe.
Just through our church in Seattle, church really took initiatives and was, raising money and doing events to build wells. So it was just us kind of from afar watching and trusting and then giving. So Scott called Matthew and asked him to go. And we would never have done it, would never have thought of going, was not on our radar, wasn't something we were gonna do. We weren't gonna go on a mission trip.
But being obedient to what you feel like God is really calling you to do, you can kind of feel that tug on your heart where I should be saying yes to this. Okay, we are gonna invite our family in. We thought that was important, but we were a little bit afraid.
An NFL wife had told me, as soon as your kids can close their mouth and their eyes in the shower, so they don't drink the water, that they could swallow a big pill, you can take them and don't worry about it. I just trusted them. This is the community we were talking about. I trusted my community. They said it's gonna be okay, and so we went for it.
And yeah, we got to go to Malawi. It was an incredible opportunity. When my parents are like, we're gonna take you out of school for, at least a week to do this, it was cool to see my teacher have such an easy reaction. She was like, okay, I want you to go and make this, video, this iMovie, instead of doing, the American history test that you have to prepare for. I want you to just make a video for me on your time.
Did a week going through Africa and seeing the work, building and bringing clean water to people who had never had clean water.
Some of the greatest moments in my entire life, just thinking back to stepping on the soil of Africa.
That experience was so incredible because I will point back to that so many times in my life, that nothing that we have is truly ours, and what are you going to do with what you've been given? I just feel like that teacher, Mrs. Simmons, allowing me to fully embrace the opportunity to have a new life experience and to just open my eyes to something that I had never experienced, to people that I had never experienced, to crises that I've never experienced. That's a huge thing.
One of the encouraging trends in the church over the last 20, 30 years has been this idea of living our journey out in front of our children and sharing with them early what we go through, the high highs, the low lows, and all of the steps in between. And when I look at the Hasselbeck story, I see somebody that's saying, hey, let's bring our kids along from the very beginning, to know that these opportunities are the chances for God to speak most clearly, not only into our lives, but to their lives as well, and to find that mission that we can be on together as a family.
We came back and Annabelle shows this video that she made, and it was really amazing. And it changed their hearts completely. And they were like, we have to do something. This middle school decided to they did a whole water week. We're gonna shut off the drinking fountains here. We're gonna only, all the bathrooms are closed. You can only use the bathroom that's on the other side of campus, to get a feeling for what it was like for these young girls who had to go walk hours for water. That school went on to build 2 water projects in Ethiopia.
So the ripple effect of Rachel Beckwith's life, and then what we were able to create halfway across the country in Indianapolis, with the ripple effect in their school at Park Tudor, it just makes you think you don't know the depths and the riches of God, right, and what he can do. It connects and explodes everything in your own heart for God and his power, and just being a little bit available. 8-year-old girl was just a little bit available to him without her even knowing, look what he did. For Matthew and I, sometimes we just look at each other and like, what are we all about? What's the goal here? What's the goal here? And we'll say the goal is to love others and to do what God cares about. And our relationship and our partnership and our giving of our resources, time and treasures has linked all of that. And the way God's weaved the story through just being in Seattle at the right time, at the right moment, it's us being a little bit available and God, honoring our prayer, show us, how to do your work.
A lot of times people ask me like, oh, what's it like playing quarterback in the NFL? And I'll say usually the same stuff, like it's so fun to throw a touchdown pass. Like in an NFL stadium, at home, sometimes even better on the road. Like it's so fun. But I would say that there are things outside of football that can equal that kind of a high, of a feeling. Like I would just say giving generously can feel that way. That's, almost better. Like really, almost better.